Hi, friends. Welcome again to Tuesday Lenten Devotional. And here I give you less than 5 minutes of thoughts for the season of Lent and something to think about and pray about today. So appreciate you being with me and hope you're in these parts, you're staying dry on this rainy day. Uh, so I was thinking about the the human inclination to boast. That's just human beings do that when they feel like they've one upped another, that there's this boasting. And so you think about the touchdown dance in the end zone, or you think about the rapper boasting about how they're better or whatever. And I realize those are extreme examples, but all of us do this. And I realize, okay, all of us can, when we feel proud of something we've done and we want to talk about it, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But when boasting, when it becomes I'm better than you, or I'm more valuable than you, or whatever, or you're less than me because of this, then it becomes a negative thing. And that can happen in so many different areas. And I think about years ago, going into a comic book shop, and they had tables for people to play. There's different card games that people play in these kind of places, like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon, and there's a whole bunch of different things that happen in these places. And I don't remember which game that they were playing, but there was this guy who was boasting to the guy he was matched up against. He's like, if you hit me with this, I'm going to hit you with this, and if this and this. And I'm like, okay, these are the guys that probably oftentimes didn't get picked first for the games in gym class, and here they're doing the same stuff. They're boasting. I mentioned all of that. Now, all of that is okay. Boasting over your card game at the comic shop may seem innocent enough, but if you follow the news, there's a lot of boasting about American military power and how we're going to rain down fire upon our enemies and all of this kind of stuff. And all of this, and a lot of this is done in the name of God. And in the sense of like, hey, we've got God on our side. Well, let me say that gets really dangerous when you start to boast about military victories as if it is some type of you're enacting divine vengeance, that you're on shaky theological ground there. But and I laugh because it's sad. Let me say that much. But I want to pull up to you from Paul, writing in Second Corinthians, and this is in the context of him talking about this thorn in the flesh. And so there's been all kinds of speculation about whatever that was, this thing that he experienced. And the short answer is we don't know. We have no idea what this was. But whatever it was, he'd prayed for it to be removed from him, and it wasn't. And he kind of made his peace with this. And Paul saying, he said to me, my grace is enough for you because power is made perfect in weakness. So I'll gladly spend my time bragging about my weaknesses so that Christ's power can rest on me. And that's 2 Corinthians 12:9, the Common English Bible. So what Paul here, as a pastor writing to the Corinthians, he basically says, all right, I've made my peace that this thing, whatever it is part of my life, and it's an experience of weakness. And if I'm going to boast about anything, I'll boast about that, because he says that's the place where I connect most deeply with Christ's presence and power. And to me, that's way more interesting than somebody thumping their chest over their victory, whatever sport or game, or over whatever, or victory on the battlefield. Here's my charge for you today. Look for moments of weakness. And I don't say weakness as in the sense of a negative, but look for the places where people are least likely to be thumping their chest. Go visit a nursing home. And there in those places of human weakness, of not necessarily power, but weakness, you might find that Christ is most present. You might find a window into Christ's presence and love. Go and find those moments of weakness in your life and in this world, and there you may experience again the presence of Christ, just as Paul did. So peace to you all. Thanks for being with me today. Stay dry today. Thanks for being here. Peace to you all. Bye-bye.